doing? This is Belle. Welcome back to our GH Fast Dry Dipping Powder live stream. So today we're going to show you the 6 colors. Let's check out the colors. Then they all come from our G6403 Fast Dry Dipping Powder Kit. It is a shimmer collection. And let's check out the dip liquids one by one. So first is the number 1 base, the number 2 activator, and the next one is the number 3 top coat. And the last one is the number 4 brush saver to help you to clean the dirty brush when powder sticks on it. So now let's check out the color chart of G6403, and it includes the pumpkin colors and some fiery red colors. So, and for today, we're going to use the number 139 from this G6403. And our nail tag is wearing the 141 from this G6403 kit. So today we're going to use the number 139 to do this Halloween nails. And it's all about the decals. So now without further ado, let's get started. And sorry to tell you that today we don't have the lightning deal about this kit. But if you want more information about the flash sale, you can just follow us on Facebook or Amazon. So now let's get started. So this is the number 139 from the G6403. It is pumpkin and kind of orange colors. And we're going to use this number 2 from G641 Fast Dry Dipping Powder Kit. It is a white color. And this is the number 108 colors from G6604. It is a solid black color because we're going to do the nails that related to the Halloween. So we just choose these 3 kinds of colors to make those kind of match. So now let's take out the bumper pad to dry your nail bed. So we are going to apply this bond on your whole fingernails. And you can also find it from our GH accessory kit if you don't have one at your home. We're going to use this bumper pad to dry the nail bed and remove the shine of nails so that the powder can well stick on your nails. And if you don't have bond or primer in your home, you can just check it out from our GH dipping powder accessory kit on Amazon. So now we are starting to do this nail art design. First, let's apply the number 1 base and make sure you brush it very evenly from middle left to right. Then dip at a 45° into these shimmer colors. Stay for a while and tap it off. Use the brush to help you to brush off the loose powder that sticks on your nail plate. And then we're going to apply the second layer. And remember that avoid getting the base onto your cuticle area because powder will put out whatever base is applied. And then we just dip into the color powder again. Stay for a while so that the powder can well absorb with the liquid. And brush off the excess. Actually, for our GH Fast Dry Dipping Powder, we only suggest that 2 coats is enough because our powder is highly full pigmented. But you can just repeat for more coverage as you need it. And after we finish the 2 layers, we just put the stickers on. Because it's all about the Halloween, so we just put some items that relates to the Halloween. Well, as you can see, it's a bed at this spider web. And then we're going to apply the clear powder on. Because we put the stickers on, we have to apply one layer of clear powder as cover to protect this nail art design. So now we just turn to another fingers and repeat the steps before. As you can see, when you brush the base, make sure you brush it very evenly because we are going to dip into the color powder. By brushing evenly, you can make sure the nail surface got even and not clumpy. And brush off the excess. And then start to apply the second coat. Just do it very carefully and avoid getting the base onto cuticle area. And then dip at a 45-degree into this color powder. Stay for a while so that the powder can pick up whatever base is applied. And then brush off the excess. And when we finish the two coats, we just put the stickers on. Because the stickers are sticky, so we can just put it on without applying any base or top. Well, about the decals, you can just apply whatever you want to cater to the atmosphere. As we all know, the Halloween is around the corner. So today we just do those kinds of designs. Well, we already put the stickers on, so now next we're going to apply one layer of clear powder to protect this nail surface, because after that we're going to do the filing and buffing process. Well, we have already finished two fingers, and now we just turn to another hand. We're still using this number 139 from G6403 kit. And repeat the steps before, just dip into the color powder. Well, stay for a while, just a few seconds, so that the powder can pick up on the nail plate. As you can see, for our powder, it is smooth enough. And smooth with correct sizes, so when you dip into the first layer, the nail surface already got even. As long as your base can be brushed very evenly. So pay more attention to the techniques of how to apply the base. Just tap off the excess powder and use the brush to help you to brush off the excess. And then we just use the texture to pick up the stickers. It's all about the decals, and you can just DIY your nails at home very easily. It's super easy for beginners. Well, as we have applied the stickers on, so we have to apply one more clear powder on. Just dip into the clear powder and tap off the excess and brush off the excess clear powder on your nail plate. And then we just turn to another fingers and carefully paint the number 1 base on your nail bed. and then dip into the color powder, tap it off, brush off the excess. Repeat the second temp base for the second coverage. And basically, we just suggest that 2 coats is enough if you're using our GH Fast Drying Dipping Powder, because the color has full and highly pigment. So 2 layers of black mix is enough. And just use your hand and make sure the stickers can well sticky on your nail plate. And repeat the steps before, just cover a clear powder to protect the stickers. And tap off, brush off the excess. And next, we're going to use the number 2 from G641 kit. We're gonna use 3 colors to do this today's nail art design. The black one, the white one, and the orange one. And brush off the excess. If you're not doing well in the first layer, you can just make it up when you create the second layer, because the second layer will cover the first layer. So we can just do a comprehension. And then we just dip into the color powder at a 45 degree and make sure the powder can pick up whatever base is applied. And brush off the excess. And next, we're going to put the stickers on. Well, as it is a white color, we're going to choose some decals in black and in orange to make a perfect well match. Actually, when you are applying the decals, actually it is without any skills. You can just put it on. So it is very easy for beginners to have a try. Just choose 3 kinds of colors and you can just put all the decals on. But remember that we have to apply 1 more layer of the clear powder to protect this nail art surface, because we have to do the filing and buffing process. We have to protect the nail surface in case that the decals take it off. So for these nails, we're still keeping using this white color from G641 kit. So you can just buy more and more our GH Fast Drying Dipping Powder kit, and you can just choose different kinds of colors from different kinds of kits and do a perfect well match. And to make different kinds of festivals, tap it off, brush off the excess. And next, we're going to use the tweezer. Just put it on your nail bed carefully and press it. And make sure it is sticky and well stick on your nail plate. Well, as you can see, the decals are all about the Halloween. And brush the base again and dip into the clear powder. You can also use a pusher or nail stick to apply the clear powder on, or you can just dip into the clear powder. But if you don't want to mess up the clear powder, I suggest just use a nail stick or pusher to apply the clear powder on. Well, next we're going to use the number 108 colors from G6604. It is a black color, solid black. Then we just dip into the clear powder at a 45 degree and tap it off. Use this fluffy brush to help you. And brush the base again from middle left to right. Just make way down your nails and push the liquid to the cuticle area, but avoid getting the base onto the cuticle area. Otherwise, it might easily cause the chipping or lifting problem. And brush off the excess. As you can see, our surface is very even and smooth. And next, we're going to use the tweezer to pick up the stickers again. Well, as it is the black color, we are going to choose some decals, some colorful decals. Well, this is something related to the ghosts. So it is catering to the Halloween festival. Just dip into the clear powder. For our GH Fast Giant clear powder, it is also belonging to the Fast Giant dipping system. It can also dry within 30 seconds and can dry itself without applying any activator. So for our GH Fast Giant dipping powder is totally different when you are doing the nails. Because for our powder, we don't need to apply any activator to make the powder dry. We just apply the activator after we finish the filing and buffing. But this step is to make the top coat get dry and double shine. So for this point, it's totally different from any other brand's powder in the market. So now we have already created 2 layers. As you can see, after we finish 2 layers, it is enough. For this thickness, I think it can last at least 2 weeks. And if you are doing well for the preparation and the whole process, I think the nails can even last like 3 weeks. So the preparation actually is a very key point. So you have to prep your nails very well before getting started. So for these hands, we're still using the number 108 from G6604. Then dip at a 45° into this black color. And tap off. If you're not doing well on this step, you can just file the clumpy places after we finish 2 coats. We can still make it up. And then dip into this color powder to create a second layer. Well, remember that do not over apply the base, because if you apply the base more than it needs, it might make the nail surface get clumpy or uneven. So for beginners, you have to pay more attention to how to apply the base. Just apply a very thin stroke and make sure you brush it evenly. That is the trick of how to apply base. Well, we have picked up those decals on, and we just brush the base again and dip into the clear powder as the cover. But remember that after you create 2 layers, and if you put some decals on and put some decorations on, or the colors you apply are all about the glitters, you have to apply the clear powder on to protect the nail surface. Well, for these small fingernails, we are going to apply the black again. And carefully paint the base on your nail bed, but avoid getting the base onto the cuticle area. For our base, is super easy to apply. It won't keep running everywhere, and it is very well controlled, so that it is super easy to apply, especially for beginners. And for our base is a little bit thinner, maybe thinner than any other brands. But that is why we do the base thinner, because we don't want the powder accumulated on the nail plate. And then we just dip into the clear powder, brush off the excess. Well, just keep the caps tightly closed after every time used. Well, we have already finished the 10 fingers and finished today's nail art design. Let's clean the mess up and start the next step. Well, we're going to use this number 4 brush saver, because as you can see, the powder sticks on the number 2 base. We just use this brush saver to clean this dirty brush when powder sticks on it. As you can see, the brush gets clean now. And we just use the lint-free wipe to wipe off the excess glue. And then we just put it back to the number 1 base. Well, if in the process and you find out the brush gets dirty, I suggest that you can just clean it now, because the brush might get hard if you don't clean it. So once you find out, you just clean by putting it into the number 4 brush saver. So as you can see, we have already finished the 10 fingers, and we are going to use this e-file to do the filing process. Just file any places that went clumpy. Well, basically, just file the nail plates and then to the cuticle area. Well, in this step, as you can see, we don't apply any activator on. It is totally different from any other brand's powder. For our powder, it is fast drying dipping powder. It can dry within 30 seconds. So actually, we don't need to apply any activity on to make the powder dry. So after finish 2 coats, we can just start to do the filing process. And when you're doing this filing process, just slightly filing. Do not over filing or buffing. Because as you can see, after finish 2 coats, the nail surface still even. So just do it very slightly. And if you don't have the e-filing machine at home, you can just use the file. Use the coarse scrape buffer to file the preferred techniques that you want. Well, when you're using this filing machine, you have to use 2 fingers to protect the cuticle area. Well, next we are going to use this nail file to shape your nails, to shape the desired shape you want. Because different people might sew different shapes of nails. Someone likes the vertical one, someone likes the round one. So actually you can do whatever you like. Well, for this file, you can also find it from our GH accessory kit. So for our GH accessory kit, you can find out there are brush, the fluffy brush, and the nail file, and the buffer, and one fast drying clear powder, and some nail sticks. And for the nail sticks, you can also use them to practice how to apply the GH fast drying dipping powder. As we all know, practice makes perfect, so just keep practicing. Well, next we're going to use this buffer. First, we just use the coarse scrape buffer, the rough side, to file this nail plate. But just make sure you do it very slightly. Do not over filing or buffing. And then we just use another side, the smooth side, to smooth out the even thickness that you want. Well, for this buffer, you can also find it out from our GH accessory kit. So for the GH accessory kit, actually it's very handy and helpful for the beginners. You can use one of them to create your nails at home. And if you found out any places that went clumpy, you can just do the filing and buffing kind of hard. But remember that before doing the filing or buffing process, just apply one layer of clear powder. As you can see, our nail tag is doing this kind of hard. So in case the decals take it off, so we just need to apply the clear powder on before doing filing and buffing process. And if you have some questions about how to use our GH Fast Dry Dipping Powder, you can just follow us on the Facebook group, and you can post your questions, and you can also share your nails by using our GH Fast Dry Dipping Powder. We love to answer all the questions. And you can also share some tips with other friends about how to use this fast dry dipping powder well. And by joining our GH Facebook group, you can also find out some lining deal information about our GH kit, so that you can get the GH fast dry dipping powder kit by a very favorable price. So don't miss the chance, just follow us on Facebook for more information. And for our GH fast dry dipping powder kit, as we all know, it can dry within 30 seconds, but it won't affected by any room temperature. Whether in summer or winter, it's gonna dry within 30 seconds. So you can use the kit in 1 year, for the whole year. Well, after we finish this buffing process and cleaning the dust particles on your nail plates, for next step, we're going to use the activator on. Remember that we just no need activator to make the powder dry, but after that, we still need to apply one-time activator. And for this kind of step, is just to make the top coat get dry and double shine. So for this point, it is totally different from any other brands. So don't check out the instructions from other brands. Just follow our tutorial steps by steps, because the way of application is totally different. So now we have already finished the buffing process, and just use this fluffy brush to brush off the dust particles on your nail plate. If you don't have the lint-free wipe, you can just use a tissue or cloth. Just remove any dust particles on your nail plate, because next step we're going to use the activator. If you want your nails without any darks and double shine, you have to do this step. Well, next we are going to use this number 2 activator. Just apply this activator and make sure you brush it evenly. For our activator, it is also a unique formula. It is without a very strong smell. But in this step, you have to pay attention to that. Do not apply too much activator because it's gonna cause the cracking problem because it's a catalyst. So after we apply the activator on, we are going to apply the top coat. For the top coat, you have to pay attention to the tricks of how to apply this top coat. When you are applying this top coat, we have to apply 2 coats. And first layer, you're gonna apply much less. And when it gets matte but still sticky, you can apply the second coat. For a second coat, you can apply much more than the first coat. Well, basically, here is the trick of how to apply top coat. When you apply the first layer on 3 fingers, you can just get back to the first one and start to apply the second layer. And it's gonna create the shiny nails. Remember that we cannot wait the first layer top coat dry completely. Then we start to apply the second coat. It's gonna make the top coat not dry at all and not shiny at all. So remember those kinds of tricks. So you're gonna very satisfied with the results that finally comes out. So we already finished the 3 fingers, and now we are going to apply the first layer of these nails. Well, for first layer, just apply a very thin stroke. Because the top coat's gonna react it with the activator. So when the first layer gets matte but still sticky, we can start to apply the second layer. Well, by doing these steps, you can make your nails double shine. And for our top coat, it's dry within 1 minute. It is faster than any other brands in the market. Because for top coat, it is also a unique formula. And when you're combining with our GH fast drying dipping powder, it's gonna work very well. So now we are turning to another hand and start to apply the activator on. Well, for the activator, it is very easy to volatilize. Actually, it is for all activator in the market. It is all very easy to volatilize. So after every time use, just keep the caps tightly closed. Otherwise, you might find out the activator is all gone if you don't keep the caps tightly closed. So we have finished the activator. Now we are going to apply the top coat on. And here I just repeat the tricks of how to apply the top coat. Well, just apply the first layer of top coat on the 3 fingers. Just apply a very thin stroke, a very thin layer. But remember that avoid getting the top onto your cuticle area. Because actually around the cuticle areas is because the skin keeps going up. So it is very easy to cause the tripping or cracking problem. So you have to pay more attention to the cuticle part. Well, when you're applying the top coat, remember that you have to apply the top coat around the nail edge. because it's gonna help you to avoid the chipping problem. So actually we apply the first layer on 3 fingers, and then we can just turn to the first finger to apply the second coat. That is the trick of how to apply the top. And don't forget the nail edge. It is also a very important step. And after we finish the top coat, we just wait the top air dry. And it's gonna dry within 1 minute. Well, now we are applying the second layer of the top. You cannot wait the top coat dry completely, then you start to apply the second coat. It's gonna not working. You have to wait the first layer gets matte but still sticky. Remember that it is sticky, so that we can start to apply the second coat. So now we have already today's nail art design. It is very Halloween style. As you can see, the color jumping, the black one, the white one, and the orange one. So actually, it's all about the decals for today's nail art design. So it is super easy for beginners to DIY at home. And you can just pick out whatever decals you like and just put it on the nail plate. As you can see, it is very shine for your whole nails, because we all know. So thank you for your time. See you guys next time.